Good things can have humble beginnings. Great things are told in a tavern. Long Rest is a comedy radio play D&D podcast entirely told after battles at a tavern. Listen to the saga of misadventures, social awkwardness, and a mystery or two. Grab a seat at the table. Hashtag come for the ale, stay for the tale. The Long Rest, Episode 101, Then There Were Two.
Welcome back to The Long Rest, a Dungeons & Dragons podcast set entirely between the battles at the Long Rest Tavern. Our accidental group joins forces to adventure and gain riches, but egos, bad habits, and family lend to unpredictable exploits. I am Robb, your Dungeon Master. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Turnbottom's Theatrics. Turnbottom, Half-Elf Bard College of Humor Masterclass. It's not just hideous laughter. We start with an unnoticed rogue slipping through the streets of the city of Watersgate, passing the time picking noblemen's pockets. He is sufficiently weighted with coin and heads towards the inn when a raspy voice stops him in his tracks. The unwelcome voice is familiar. A voice from the Thieves Guild.
Looks like you've made off pretty well.
Our rogue hears the sound of a dagger unsheathing.
You've got about 6 seconds to clarify intentions.
That is laughable. For someone who's supposed to be top thief this side of Water's Gate, you were quite easy to sneak up on.
That's a whole lot of not explaining. Hope you got a health potion.
No, but I do have an offer.
The Thieves Guild again?
No. Yes.
I told them I'm not joining their band of freaks. I prefer not to split my gold. I work alone.
What if you could work and keep some of the money? I know you're always snatching up every ounce of gold you can find. How's about a big take?
Pass. Alone?
Yes. Some devilish person came to us for our services. Said he had a lead to some real never-been-seen treasure. Requested 5 mercenaries, rations, and weapons. Racked up quite a hefty fee. Anyways, the devil man...
A tiefling.
Not sensitive, are we?
Keep going.
The tiefling, he had red skin, these big curved horns. This self-proclaimed bard racks up this huge tab with interest, promises to pay it back when he gets back from the dwarven crypt. He even gave the map as collateral. What could we do? He gave us the map. We sent a few guys ahead to drain the treasure before he even gets there.
Absolutely crooked. You must be pleased with yourself robbing this poor stooge.
Don't think that stealing you do is any better.
They're rich, and I'm still missing the part where it involves my talents.
The team is on a binge spending their newfound loot. So, the boss wants you to go in and coax the information out all on your own. Use whatever methods you deem suitable.
How much am I coaxing out of this bard?
8,000 gold. As for your payment, you will get the interest.
Pass.
All right. The boss says you can have half of what you recover. Keep the tavern or burn it down.
Find the tiefling, get the coin, and keep the tavern. I owe the boss nothing. I walk away.
The boss just wants to make it clear that he doesn't work with those kinds.
Just tell me where I need to go.
The Long Rest Tavern.
Huh.
You heard of the place?
No.
This was a lie.
You're the last guy I was gonna send before I go over there to burn the place to the ground myself.
I'll take the damn job.
The two exchange final glances and exit the alleyway, each heading in a different direction. The rogue makes his way to the very outer edges of Watersgate, arriving at the bar as the sun is setting. It's a humble tavern on the corner of two streets, the warm light from a hearth spilling out onto the cobblestone pavement. He stops and looks at the tavern for a few minutes. Last time he was here, the place seemed a lot bigger. It was his family's bar. He can almost remember his parents' faces. His family doesn't own the bar anymore. The rogue enters slowly. The place isn't too crowded, maybe half a dozen patrons spread about the tables. He walks to the bar, sitting down at the closest stool. No bartender seems to be present. He sweeps his gaze around the bar, trying to find his mark, when he's met with a voice from behind.
Greetings! Welcome to the Long Rest Tavern. I'm the bard, but I'm also the bartender, so you can bring any and all requests to me. How can I help you?
The rogue turns to the bard, and is met with quite a view. Staring at him with a wide grin is a cherry-red tiefling with large, curved horns protruding from their forehead.
How about bartender? Too much?
The rogue just stares at him curiously.
That usually kills with the patrons. You want a drink?
The bard fills him a foamy mug and slides it over to him.
So, can I offer you a song? I know all of the classics. Wait, hold your hydras. I just got to tune.
The rogue has heard enough.
I don't need a song. I'm actually looking for the owner. I've been told he's a tiefling, like you.
Well, technically, I'm the owner. The city had the building for a while, and they just gave it back to me a couple of years ago.
What do you mean they gave it back to you?
The place belonged to my family. They died, so the city gave it to me when I became of age.
So your parents died?
Most people buy me a drink before they ask about dead relatives, but hey, let's get into it. Yes, I wasn't told much, just that there was a scuffle at the bar. A bad one. Only survivors were my brother, who disappeared, and me.
And they owned this tavern?
Yes.
You have a brother?
That's what they tell me. Never met him. Half-brother, I think.
What happened to your half-brother?
He left, leaving me to be taken by the city and put in the Halo orphanage. I haven't heard from him since.
The rogue has an uneasy look on his face.
You okay?
Yeah, sorry. To hear that. Please continue.
Anyways, I had to grow up in an orphanage, looking like this, horns and all, but I've been scraping by on my own, and I have a bar now, so there's that.
You do seem to be getting on pretty well as a bartender.
Oh, people love someone who provides alcohol, but to be honest, I'm an adventurer.
You don't say. Tell me about your last adventure.
Well, yeah, but I've had some bad luck with it recently.
The rogue's interest is piqued. He hopes it wasn't the Thieves Guild expedition his contact told him about.
Recently?
Well, I had this map, so I hired this crew from a guild and took them down to a dwarven crypt a couple miles down the road, and We managed to get into the main chamber, and they fought some sort of undead creature.
And where were you during that fight?
Inspiring them with my tunes, of course.
Of course.
Anyway, so they kill the damn thing, and while they're looting its corpse, I slip into the treasure chamber.
Smart. How much loot did you find?
A lot. But not enough.
Damn. How much?
Barely enough to keep this place open.
The rogue takes a good look around. The walls of the bar are covered in all sorts of adventuring gear, shields, swords, travel tankards. But the walls they adorn sag with age. The whole building yearns for repair. The rogue turns back to the bard, who's started plucking on the loot.
You know, for the time of night, I expected more people in here.
That's part of the problem. You know the saying about empty bars.
No, I don't. What is it?
Exactly. No one wants to write sayings about an empty bar.
I thought you went out adventuring all the time.
Just the once. And I had to spend a lot of gold to make it happen.
And where'd you have the gold for that in the first place?
Well, it's not the tips.
You know, you could always leave this place. Why not make your way in Watersgate? I bet you'd do pretty well as an adventurer.
Well, as much as that idea gives me the tingles, I can't leave this place. It has my name on it. The Rest family goes back generations. This place holds its history. You don't just abandon something like that. I'm the only one left.
What about your brother?
Half-brother. If he was still alive, he would have rescued me from the orphanage, and since he never came to find me, he probably doesn't know if I'm alive or dead.
Our rogue's gone red in the face at this point. He wasn't used to hearing his flaws out loud.
So, what would have happened if he ever came back?
Then we would be stuck here talking about not adventuring.
Aren't we already?
You, my brother.
There's a moment of silence. The two brothers make eye contact, and the rogue gives the bard a wink. The bard's emotions go from amused to anger to disbelief in a second.
Corvo Everett Rest.
Hi, Artie. I haven't heard that in a long while. Most people just call me the Rogue.
I haven't been called Artie in a long time. Wait, you're really him?
Yes.
Bullshit. Prove it.
What do you mean?
I need you to prove to me you're not lying and trying to steal my tavern.
And how am I going to do that?
The bard reaches behind the bar, pulling out a scroll which he unfurls to reveal a circular diagram covered with arcane symbols.
The good old Zone of Truth spell.
Oh, man. Can you do strong magic?
Darkness shields a sleuth. The pitch gleams from the gateway. Now you speak the truth.
Did it work? I don't think anything worked.
I just cast quite a powerful spell. Now you can't speak a lie.
Oh, what about you?
Nope. Oh, damn it!
Did you know it was going to affect you?
No, it's my first time casting it.
Wait. How did you cast something that strong?
Luck. A wizard had to pay her tab with scrolls. I have been dying to try this one.
You know those are worth over 100 gold each.
No.
Yes.
Seriously? I used one of them so I could fly up and clean the gutters.
Talk about money going down the drains.
Hey, wait. I'm supposed to be the one asking the questions here. I have two now.
As many as you want.
Okay. Are you my brother?
Half-brother. My parents owned this tavern.
Okay. Next question. Where the hell have you been?
Living in Watersgate. Making enough coin to make ends meet.
All right. Why did you leave?
Going for the big ones, huh? Okay. My parents were gone. Life on the streets was more appealing than raising a kid. I had to stay one step ahead of the guild to stay alive. Safer to work alone.
There's a moment of awkward silence between the two. Finally, the bard speaks up.
I think it's your turn.
Right. So, what spells you got there?
Some useful ones. Invisibility, animate objects, polymorph, the old turn someone into a newt.
Those are some really strong spells. Where'd you get that many?
The wizard's tab. My turn.
Wait, but...
My turn. Why did you come back?
The rogue went to speak, but paused. He had almost forgotten his purpose here. For a second, he saw the prospect of a family here, but that was washed away for the lie it was. If only he could hold on to it for a few more seconds.
I came back for you.
Really?
Somehow, he'd found the truth in the lie.
We're under the spell, right?
There's tears in the bard's eyes.
I haven't been completely honest with you.
Impossible.
I know. I said it before I cast the spell.
What is it?
I'm not a real adventurer.
You don't say. What about the adventure? You fought a monster and found a lot of gold.
I kind of exaggerated how much I did those things.
Well, some gold is better than no gold.
Any gold would have been better.
Wait, what? Time for my question. How much gold was in that treasure room?
One.
One what?
Coin.
I thought you said there was a lot of gold in there.
I fibbed.
Thieves Guild is going to kill you if you don't pay them back.
How do you know that?
They sent me here to get the money.
You said you were here for me.
That's technically true. How long does this spell last?
Are you working for them?
I'm not shacked up with them or anything, but I thought I could get the money out of you without them burning down the place I grew up in.
They're going to burn down our tavern?
If you don't pay them. Our tavern? I have a history with them, and I was hoping I would get this to work. Damn, why didn't you pay them back?
I didn't think they were going to burn our tavern to the ground. Why would they do that?
They're scoundrels. That's what they do.
Wait a second. Did you know who I was this whole time?
No, maybe.
And despite that, you still wanted to... What, deceive your only living kin to get what you want?
You don't know what I want.
How could I?
Fair.
Okay, we're in the circle of truth. No running this time. What do you want?
A decent crossbow. A movable rod, a warhorse, this tavern.
There's a moment of silence between the two. The bard has an epiphany. He realizes that maybe his wanderlust to adventure was to find what was lost. Family?
Family.
Family. Murky waters.
Right. Family is messy.
The rogue slumps into his seat thinking that family is complications, obligations, and has sworn against it.
Every day, people come into the bar and are judgmental or frightened that I'm a tiefling. It reminds me why I ended up alone. Never needed anyone anyways.
I do work better alone.
So, agreed. No family.
Keep it clean and simple. Shake on it.
They reach out to shake hands, but their eyes lock. There's an unfamiliar feeling that the two can't get rid of. Hope.
Perhaps we could give it a try?
Seems only reasonable to try it once.
Don't knock it till you try it. Brother?
Half-brother. But you still owe the Thieves Guild a large sum of money. How are we, going to deal with that?
I don't even know how much I owe.
In total, 8,800 gold.
The bard starts crying. The zone of truth dissipates into thin air.
You want to buy some scrolls?
No. How much do you have?
One.
One what? Never mind. It's a start. I have a little gold that I've picked up on the way over. This is never going to work.
It's not going to work. They're going to burn down the family bar.
They're not going to do that. Listen, I have one thing they want.
Excellent. Give it to them. I'll pay you back.
You have a great track record on that. It's something I haven't given them after all these years, and I certainly don't want to give it to them now. But I think there's a way we don't have to. I think I have the pieces of a plan coming together.
Are you going to share it?
Yes. Let me see those scrolls. You got another zone of truth?
Yep. Misty step, no dark vision, no cloud of daggers.
I'll take that one.
Here, zone of truth.
Perfect. All right, listen. Give me the one gold you have. Combined with my gold, it'll at least look like we plan to pay. We're going to have to cut ourselves a new deal.
I don't think the Thieves Guild will be too keen on that.
Leave that part to me. Okay, I'm going to head out from here and head toward the market in the upper district. You know that one?
The one with the statue of the famous adventurer that got turned into a statue?
No, the one with the regular statue. Wait 20 minutes, then head there. Bring the Zone of Truth scroll. When you see me, follow me into an alley. I'll get us face to face with our friend from the Thieves Guild.
Why would I do that? He'll kill me.
It's going to be fine. Trust me, okay?
Okay.
Can I count on you as my brother to help me execute this plan?
Half-brother, yes.
The two half-brothers clasp hands again, this time with a feeling of loyalty.
Don't forget that scroll.
The rogue heads back into the cold night, eager to sever his last ties to the Thieves Guild. The bard closes the bar for the night and heads to the upper district, following his brother's instructions. It's close to morning when the two siblings finally reconvene, the bard spying his brother slipping into an alleyway, and he follows through a small network of back streets into an isolated stretch. He peeks from around a corner to see his brother talking to the very same man who had lent him the adventurers in the first place. He listens to what the two men are saying.
There you are. How to go with the freak of nature?
A damn waste. The blubbering fool barely had enough to cover the interest. Doesn't seem worth our time.
That is a shame to hear. Guess I'll light 'em up.
I'm telling you, it doesn't seem worth our time.
Oh, our time. So, you've decided to join us?
Nope. I've decided to join him.
He points to his brother, who stumbles out of the alley, holding his loot by the neck like a club. The guild member turns and starts moving towards him, only to find a dagger keeping his throat close company.
That is a plot twist.
Call it renegotiating.
You set me up.
That's right!
Hey, bring it down a notch.
Oh, sorry. Do your thing.
I think you've got something you might want to share with our pal here. About his little expedition?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I was expecting that answer. You have the scroll?
Right here.
He pulls out the scroll and casts it, his words filled with much more confidence than before.
Now I think you're going to talk.
Ow, what? What did you do to me? I'm scared. Wait, why did I tell you that?
Why did your accent change?
Guess he was lying about that too. Tell him what you did.
Well, the thing about his adventure, we sent out a crew before you even left.
What do you mean?
We snuck in there and we stole the place clean. You gave us the map.
As collateral? Thanks for ruining my first adventure. Oh, guess what? You missed this.
He throws a coin at him, which bounces off his forehead with a satisfying clunk.
Now listen up, buddy, about this debt of his. You signed this contract with him knowing he wouldn't get a scrap of copper. Burning down his bar won't change that. So, you're gonna make it go away?
If you think that holding a knife to my throat is how you clear a debt, you are dead wrong. When you sign a contract with the Thieves Guild, they won't rest until they've squeezed every last ounce of gold out of you. You and I don't have the power to stop them. I'm pretty sure your spell confirms this is true.
Seriously, even after you admit to rigging the game?
There is one thing that we would consider. The boss will clear your debt if the rogue joins the Thieves Guild. Isn't helping out your poor pal here worth that? We'd be losing 8,000 gold here.
With interest.
What if I make you another deal?
And that is?
What if I take on his debt? All of it. You give me 10 weeks to pay it off.
You're forgetting the interest. By that point, we're looking at 8 plus 3, carry the 1, 10,000 gold in 10 weeks. There's no way you could do that. The most you've ever pulled off in a week is a few hundred gold, tops.
10 in 10. No problem.
If you don't, you're going to be the newest member of the Thieves Guild.
You don't have to do this for me.
You didn't have to keep the family bar open.
Wait a minute. You two are family? Gross. Do we have a deal or what?
10 weeks to get 10,000 gold, or I'll shack up with the Thieves Guild and do whatever dirty work they want.
He pulls the blade back, stashing it in his sheath with dexterity.
Oh, the higher-ups are not gonna like this. I got tricked by a freak and his brother.
Mind your manners. He's a tiefling.
The Thieves Guild member draws his cloak and walks out of the alley, grumbling to himself as he goes. The rogue watches him leave, and then slumps down against the wall.
Thank you. We are really taking this family thing for a test run, eh?
That we are. That we are.
The bard sits down next to his brother, letting out a sigh. As he does, the sun starts to rise over the horizon. He turns to see a tear on the rogue's face.
Your eyes are leaking.
There's a moment of silence as the brothers sit in solidarity. The rogue knows that the only way to make that money in 10 weeks is to run some heist. Our bard is finally going to be an adventurer. And that is where we leave you tonight. Tune in next week for the long rest and the search for explorers that have the unique skills to pull off this insurmountable dilemma. Until then, this is your Dungeon Master Robb, and we are NerdzGarage. Thanks for tuning in.
The Long Rest features the talents of Robb Mann as your Dungeon Master, David Curtis as Corvo the Rogue, Zach Hanner as Artie the Bard, John Marcus as Orin the Dwarf, Linda Carlisle Marcus as Arya the Cleric, Jeff Phillips as Thorn the Gnome, Suzanne Ralke-Smith as Elizabeth the Wizard, Derek Smith as Tharden the Dwarf and the Thieves Guild member. Creative Director is Dylan Smith. Special thanks to D&D Beyond, Wizards of the Coast, Michael Vancore, Justin Smith, Jason Aycock, Alice Morgan Sherwood, NerdzGarage interns, and all the NerdzGarage D&D players.